Now listen here carefully, sound is subjective, and if you're the type of person who turns the bass on your headphones all the way up, but even then you're still like, and even then you're still like, but still it's not quite enough, and you're like,
that's enough.
well, then you should definitely look at the Sony ULT Wear, because these have been designed with you in mind. And just with a touch of the ULT button, you can add 2 more levels of bass power to these headphones, so when the time comes, you can
Engage.
the ultimate bass. These are the next generation of Sony's extra bass headphones, now known as ULT Wear. And I'm guessing you've got a couple of questions like, are these the right headphones for you? And is it worth spending more or less if you're looking for the best headphones for bass? Well, that's what we're about to find out in this video. And there are some features that are unique to Sony that you definitely need to know about, because they could be an absolute game changer for you. And trust me, if you end up buying another pair of headphones before checking these out, you might be making a mistake and you might be missing out. And all shall become clear by the end of this video. First thing to consider when looking at these headphones is the price. At launch, the Sony ULT Wear retails for £179. That's around £45 cheaper than the WH-1000 XM4, which was Sony's 2020 flagship, but still a very good pair of headphones. And the Alt Wear are around £120 cheaper than Sony's current ANC champ, the XM5s, which at the time of this video are my go-to headphones every time I get on a plane. But what's really interesting about the Alt Wear is the fact that they are cheaper, but in some areas they're even better than the XM5s and the XM4s. And here's the first one. Sony have introduced a new shade called Forest Grey, and it's definitely my new favorite color of Sony headphone. And of course they are also available in the classic black like you see here, and a cream. The Alt Wear style is almost identical to the WH-1000 XM4 in terms of shape, hinges, padding on the ear cups and headband. The most notable differences are the redesigned speaker grille and the reflective dichroic Sony logo on the headband, and it's very easy to find and eye-catching ULT bass button. The exterior materials on the Alt Wear aren't quite as premium as the XM5s. This is one of the areas where Sony has saved you a little bit of money, but let's be honest, it's what's inside that counts.
It's Sony guts.
Wouldn't it be better with the whole Sony?
No. This is what you want.
They have the power and ANC and USB-C and analog input on the left ear cup. And of course, once again, in case you missed it the first time, which is very unlikely, it has that large Sony ULT button, which toggles between 2 ultra bass levels. And this brings me really nicely onto the second big advantage that these headphones have, particularly over the XM5s, which are the current flagships. The Alt Wear uses a larger 40mm driver, where the XM5s use a 30mm driver. Yes, it's a more premium driver in the XM5s, but that larger surface area on the 40mm drivers in the Alt Wear allows these headphones to hit a little bit harder when it comes to bass. Now, I know it's one thing for me to say that, but it's probably better for you to hear it for yourself. So throw on your headphones. The best way to explain these in words is these deliver the kind of bass you can feel, almost like a power slap to the face. And before we get into my thoughts on the sound quality, you have to check this out. The Alt Wear has another advantage over the XM5s. It is the fact that these use a different hinge, which actually allows the headphones to twist inwards and rest down around your shoulders here comfortably when you're not wearing them. And the XM5s don't have the same kind of hinge, and actually when you're wearing them, they can only twist outwards like this, which isn't as comfortable, and when they're twisted the other way, they kind of wedge under your chin here, which is one of the things that bothers me a little bit about these headphones when I'm walking around wearing them. Also, I do believe there will be some people out there who will prefer the carry case that comes with the Ultwear because it has a smaller footprint in comparison to the XM5s, which is slightly taller but thinner. Anyway, let's run through some of the key specs that you need to know, and then we'll do an ANC test and also a mic test. The frequency response range on these headphones when connected over Bluetooth is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. What's interesting though is when wired in and the ANC is active, the bass is actually extended all the way down to 5 Hz. So this means you'll get better sub bass when using a wire. And a shout out to all the Sony Xperia fans that still have a headphone jack in their phones. Bluetooth codecs supported are SBC and AAC over Bluetooth 5.2. This means multi-point pairing is possible. It's 3 minutes charge, you can get an hour and a half of playback. 0 to 100% on these headphones is around 3.5 hours. You get 30 hours playback with ANC on and up to 50 hours with ANC off.
50?
And of course you do have the wire, which means you could listen passively until the end of time if you wanted to. There are wear detect sensors on these, and the right ear cup has a large touch control surface just like the XM5s and the XM4s, which is very handy. It recognizes taps and swipes, and if you're on a plane or something like that, you want to order another drink or a snack or something, you can put your hand over the right ear cup. This activates the ambient mode so you can hear what they're saying, you can have a conversation. As soon as you remove your hand, your music starts playing again. And here's another premium feature that these headphones share with the XM5s. It is the integrated V1 processor for noise cancelling. And once again, these words might have no meaning to you, so I might as well show you what the noise cancelling can do on these headphones. So here's a little sample. Okay, so this is how the microphones sound with ambient sound on and voice pass-through enabled. Now let's create some noise and turn on noise cancelling. Okay, so now we've got some pretty loud background noise. Let's enable the noise cancelling. Switch off the noise cancelling. So this is noise cancelling off. This is noise cancelling on. All right, so what you're hearing right now is the microphone quality in a fairly quiet room. There are 2 mics either side, including a wind reduction mic, which we will test in a minute, but now let's introduce some noise. Okay, so right now we've got some pretty heavy background noise. Let me know how the headphones are handling this noise. Can you hear my voice clearly? And now let's step it up and introduce some wind. All right, so we've got some wind blowing straight at my face at the left ear cup now and at the right ear cup now. Let me know how it handles noise and wind at the same time. All right, so now let's discuss those game-changing features that I mentioned in the intro of this video that really separate these headphones from other bass-focused headphones. If you listen to the bass demo with a pair of headphones, you already know the Ultwear bass levels hit harder than One Punch Man. And you already heard how impressive the ANC is. But it's here within Sony's headphones app that things get really interesting, because you can map your ears and create a custom profile tailored to you for 360 reality audio. Of course, you can dial in your own EQs. You can even enable head tracking that places you at the center of the music and locks the audio in place, sort of what it would sound like if you were at a live performance. But it's this, the adaptive sound control, that could be the game changer for you, especially if you use your headphones on a regular basis. Because these headphones, when combined with the Sony Headphones app, will learn the locations that you visit the most, and it will begin to recognize them and adjust the sound in the headphones according to your surroundings. And it does this automatically for you. So think of this kind of like an audio autopilot whose sole purpose is improving your listening experience when you're on the move. It really is smart. Now, as someone who's reviewed so many headphones over the years, here's my thoughts on the Sony Ultwear. The Sony Ultwear delivers surprising clarity and impressive soundstage, which really surprised me, especially because these headphones have clearly been designed to deliver overwhelming bass. But what's really nice about these headphones is even when you turn them all the way up and you engage Alt Level 2,
Engage.
they still manage to keep a lot of the details in the mids and the higher frequencies, so you can still enjoy the finer details of the music, and you'll never feel like you're missing out. And in fact, if you want headphones that are good not only for music and heavy bass, but also for mobile gaming and watching movies, the ULT Wear won't disappoint. And just to back up that statement, you can tell that this is true because Sony seems so confident in these headphones that they've even given them an exclusive Dolby Atmos feature that works when paired with Sony Bravia XR TVs. And that's something I definitely want to test out, but that, Sony fans, is for another video. And here's a question for you. Did you know that Sony makes a portable home theater speaker system, like an actual portable home theater that you can carry around? Well, they do, and I did review it. That thumbnail is on screen right now. I appreciate you guys for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one. Don't be late.
That's enough.